Weird.
Oh, it's okay. We started. Hey guys, welcome to the Sports Scoop. Today we are going to be doing a draft live stream at 5:30. Well, later than 5:30, not as promised, but we are doing it. We have Dylan, you all know him. You have Kian, you all know him. Joe, he is on the show. He was on once I think he was on the NFC Championship predictions, if
That was
I
a
am correct.
crazy live stream.
Crazy live stream, and he is going to be our fourth member. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, Kian. You can take it from here.
And moderator Mike's already in chat. Hello, everybody. As Serge said, we are doing a live mock draft. You guys know Joe, friend of the channel. Unfortunately, Charlie's not here today, but Joe will fill in for arguably even better role. Charlie. I'm joking.
Wow.
But as you guys see by the title, we are doing a 2-round, I think, hopefully, I mean, who knows, 2-round mock draft with trades. We can't promise. I mean, we genuinely can't promise there will be a trade. Hopefully there will be, but we'll see. I think there will be. And we'll be switching off picks. I'll get the first one. Serge will get the second. Joe will get the third. I will get the fourth overall selection, and we'll hopefully move on from then. So make sure to stick with us. Already 6 people. That shot up in a second. So hello, everybody. Welcome. Any comments? We will be talking about each pick as we go on. Sorry, Mike was there. So do make sure you guys can comment anything. We'll still be reading comments, just maybe not as much. So make sure you guys are still staying tuned, all that. And quickly, just before we start the mock, we know right now that the Ravens have traded for Orlando Brown. They get that 31st overall pick. Just while I kind of set up the live stream a bit more, what do you guys think, and how is that going to affect where the Ravens go in the draft?
I think it definitely has an effect, considering the Ravens were pretty much 100% set at both tackle positions, but now at 31, maybe players like Alex Leatherwood and Dylan Raduns, maybe even Jackson Carman or Brady Christensen. All of those guys are probably, in my opinion, in play for the Ravens definitely now at 31. So it'll be very interesting.
Cody Dunbar, not sure who that is. That's I do not. Has anyone ever seen the Godzilla vs. King? This chat never fails to. I don't like.
I have. It was decent. I mean, the fight scenes are decent. But I mean, plot. We agree that the plot went a bit fast, but the fight scenes were decent, to be fair. So I would recommend it just for that.
Joe, what do you think about that trade? How does that kind of affect where the Ravens are going to go there at?
Yeah, I think that because there is a couple guys at the end of the first round, or like definitely end of the first round, early second round picks at the tackle position. So I think that they can easily go with one of those guys. You know, like Serge mentioned earlier. You know, some of those guys.
It sucks. You don't see a lot of teams with a guy like Lamar Jackson who have 2 Pro Bowl tackles. I mean, Orlando Brown is a phenomenal tackle, only 23, I believe. And we commented on Twitter. Make sure you guys go follow us. I was really angry because I don't understand the Chiefs. This just shows, and I said it when they signed Joe Thuney. How do they have this much money? Like, there's no way they have this much money, and it just shows that the cap is not a real thing.
I think that happened partly, in fact, due to the fact that the Chiefs were able to release Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher. That must have saved them a lot of cap space. They also had to let a few players leave, like Sammy Watkins, and at the same time, they also not only did they but they also had some free agents who they were targeting also reject them and not sign with the Chiefs, which freed up positions of other areas of need. So I think those are reasons for why maybe the Chiefs still have a bit of money to play with, and Orlando Brown, he's going to be an absolute stud for them at tackle in a position they desperately needed.
Oh my God, I think if you're the Chiefs, you just went from, and I was on when me and Charlie did our collab with Buster Boom. Go make sure you guys go check that out. We were talking about the Chiefs having that offensive line where they literally let go of every single key position and they let go of that for their first overall pick a couple years prior. It just doesn't make sense, and they rebuild it now, and it's looking like already, like I said, one of the best offensive lines in the league. Quickly, we'll get some questions before we do start the mock draft. As you can see here, I'm Giants fan. I can't wait for this mock. We're doing a lot of mock drafts. Hey. Me and Joe are Giants fans. So we, for some weird and a great reason, we always have at least like 2 or 3 Giants fans in the chat, so that's obviously great to hear. But
probably because we live in New York.
Yeah,
no, but that would have
Well,
that would have nothing to do with it. It's not like our
True
demographic
views.
only goes towards New Yorkers.
Yeah, but that's pretty
Yeah.
cool though. I mean, to be fair, the Giants are a pretty big team, very marketable.
Dylan really thought he cracked the code.
Yeah, I thought it was a very simple.
Yeah, the disrespect.
Yeah. What's up, guys? A lot of new people in here. How is everyone? Make sure you guys do subscribe, like the video. All right, let's get into pick number 1 here on the clock. Okay, let me start the draft. Sorry, I did not.
There we go.
Draft is officially started.
It is,
and here we know what the pick will be. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. Is there really much to say? I don't think that there is. We know this guy is, I think, the best player out of college I've ever seen. This guy has literally every single tool, trait that a quarterback needs to be successful. He is a Justin Herbert times 1,000. This guy's size, speed, arm strength, arm accuracy, good release, goes through his progressions well. This guy isn't do-it-all quarterback. I don't think there's any other way, and I know, again, the draft doesn't start here. Like the Bengals did last year, you don't think about this pick too much. You get your franchise guy. Trevor Lawrence, if he doesn't get injured, is going to be a phenomenal quarterback. I know people are talking about, it's the Andrew Luck situation. He doesn't really seem to care much about football. He's going to get knocked around in Jacksonville and then end up retiring early. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But is there much else you guys see with this pick, or is this just an obvious one?
No, I think this is a very obvious.
Why'd I even ask that? I don't know.
I do. I mean, again, it's Trevor Lawrence. I would be shocked if they go any other direction. He's a great player. But at number 2, I think that a player of the Jets, my favorite team, I've said that a million times, are going to get Zach Wilson for BYU. That's who I'd be picking as the GM. He, I think now it's been a more common pick. I think almost everyone's mocking Zach Wilson to the Jets. In my opinion, the reasons for this are not too difficult to understand. He's just got elite arm talent, great mobility inside and outside the pocket. He is just a great thrower on the run as well. Great, very mobile, can read the read defense as well, has quick release, really can execute that Mike LaFleur Shanahan system, that West Coast offense very well, in my opinion. I think he'd be a great fit back in New York.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think this guy is a really, really high ceiling quarterback. And I know that it's with all the quarterbacks here. I think this makes the most sense for both parties. And I would be ecstatic if I were the Jets and get him here. Any other thoughts there? Dylan, I know actually no, Dylan, go to him because I know Dylan, you don't for some reason don't like Zach Wilson, neither does Charlie.
I don't dislike Zach Wilson as a prospect, but I just don't see the same upside that everyone else sees. For me, I think Justin Fields is a far better quarterback right now and will be in the future. And I think people have been laying a lot of disrespect on Justin Fields due to the way Dwayne Haskins performed in the NFL. And people have to remember that they're not the same guy. They're different players with different skill sets, and you can't use that against him.
I don't think that's why. I think
that's also check the chat, guys.
I think that's slightly a reason why, but I think the reason is because this guy played awful against bad or played bad against good defenses, Alabama and Northwestern.
He played excellent against Clemson, though.
Clemson have an awful defense.
Ups and downs are normal for a college quarterback, but you see the pride.
Yeah, but it's ups and downs in moments that are the most important. Against Alabama, if you can go up against that defense, which obviously I'm not saying this is a bad defense, but I mean this doesn't really make sense for me. I see Justin Fields as the 4th best quarterback in this class. But we'll move on. Joe, you're on the clock here with the 49ers.
Guys, check the private chat on stream.
Yeah, Dylan, we heard you.
Yes, well, 3rd pick, I think it's pretty obvious. I got the 49ers taking Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State. I mean, I know some people have said rumors about Mac Jones. I think that's all just kind of to throw people off. I think that this is I like Trey Lance a lot, but I think that this is where they're going to go. And I think that Justin Fields will be very good in that Kyle Shanahan offense.
100% agree. I actually like that pick. My pick would if this is solely me going for just what I like, my pick would be Trey Lance. I think, we've seen what Kyle Shanahan can do with quarterbacks. And I think if he can develop Trey Lance something, shout out Frank, this guy can be an incredible quarterback if you develop him right. I think this guy has a ton of upside. Justin Fields as well does, and I think he can be very, very good in this offense. But the only thing I see is you have a great coach, you have an offense, you have a really good defense when healthy, and the NFL draft isn't the NFL draft without taking a couple risks. And I know is even Trey Lance a risk there at 3, maybe, but I think it makes the most sense. All right, number 4. This is Dylan. Your
that's
pick.
me. Just putting this out there. I've been trying to
ahead.
trade this pick for a long time now. Nobody is answering because I don't like this pick with Atlanta. There's not really anything that they have to how do I say this? Address. So I'm just going to take the best player on the board, and for me, that's Penei Sewell. So really not that much thought into it. The receiver the receiver room is stacked, so you don't want to take Jamar Chase or even Kyle Pitts because although he's a tight end, he plays somewhat like a receiver. The defense is not so good, and that's why I was trying to trade down for that because I wouldn't feel comfortable reaching for Surtain at 4. So I took Penei Sewell there.
Yeah, I think I think it's a very difficult pick. I would have actually taken Kyle Pitts, though, from Florida because of the fact that new head coach Arthur Smith does like to utilize often two tight end sets like he did in Tennessee with Jonnu Smith and Anthony Firkser. So I could really easily see that from Atlanta. But I think if Penei Sewell pick makes sense as well, considering they do have a couple aging offensive linemen, and Sewell does provide that versatility across the offensive line besides being just an all-around incredible tackle, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, I would definitely. I think it's a tough one, definitely, because I think that this is definitely a trade down spot for the Falcons because my kind of argument against quarterback is Arthur Smith, and I've said it since basically he was hired. Offensive coach Matt Ryan isn't the problem in Atlanta. This team can score points. It's this defense that is awful, and unfortunately, this isn't a defensive class where it's like that top 3 defensive end like Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, all those great defensive ends. We see Myles Garrett. There's not that defensive end. There's not that cornerback. And there really never is, now that we've known more than ever since Jeff Okudah, there really isn't a corner that should go in the top 5, although Patrick Surtain is, I guess, an exception to that because this guy is looking like possibly the next Jalen Ramsey or the best prospect since that. I would say Penei Sewell makes the most sense if you want to go Matt Ryan. And I think as well Kyle Pitts would be, but I think Kyle Pitts is just an incredible offensive, just the best offensive player, probably the most talented player in this class. So that would probably be my pick, but I think Penei Sewell. I think there's not much controversy there between those picks. Now I'm on the clock with the Bengals. And I hate this because I feel like if Penei Sewell is here, it's automatically that's the pick, but now he's gone. And I hate and we'll just talk about this before we actually get into the pick. I hate the people who are like, oh, go take Penei Sewell, or go take Jamar Chase over Joe Burrow. If you want Joe Burrow to have a successful career, you will go take an offensive tackle who's 20 years old and has 15 years in this league, one of the best run. We've talked about this. Have you seen this guy's tape? It is insane. This guy, the speed that he can move at the second level and just maul corners and linebackers and even defensive linemen, and just his recovery rate when and especially against power rushers, when he goes and misses, his hand moves not right and the defender slightly gets by him, his ability to recover. This guy's incredible pass blocking and run blocking. This guy is the best offensive tackle in such a long time. And I even said this, I think this guy could be, if he has a healthy, good career, this guy could be the best offensive lineman ever in the NFL. I think this guy has every single trait. He's a child. This guy's 20 years old. He can't even drink and will play his first snap at 20, which is crazy. This guy is so talented. And I think a lot of people are just, being greedy and are like, yo, go get Joe Burrow a third receiver. And I know a lot of the core positions are becoming by committee running back. It's good to have 2-3 running backs. And I guess wide receiver as well. But I think Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, who should have a breakout year with A.J. Green gone as that wide receiver 1. I think Jamar Chase would be – I don't think it would be a waste of a pick, but you're not going to be able to get the ball out to him if you don't have a good offensive line. And I think that's what I think the Bengals really need to think about here, and I don't think they are. But enough of me. What do you guys think about that pick?
Yeah, I think –
I didn't
make the pick. I was like, wait a minute.
My pick here, if he's gone, it would be Rashan Slater. I think offensive line needs to be addressed, and I think Rashan Slater is the best player. it has to be offensive lineman for me. I know that might even be controversial, but
yeah, for me, I see that pick on television. I see the pick go in, and I hear the moderators of the NFL draft go, "Whoa, that's a reach." And I'm going to completely agree with them there. I think you have to go Kyle Pitts. You have to go Jamar Chase. And it's not because that Burrow doesn't need protection, which he definitely does, but reaching for Rashan Slater when you could trade down, which I think would be the right choice if Sewell isn't on the board. It's just a massive reach. So in terms of draft value, I think you go Kyle Pitts or trade down.
How is this a massive reach? We have this guy as our 9th ranked player on our big board.
Yeah, I know.
People have had this guy's the most versatile offensive lineman and probably the best pass blocker in the draft. Joe, we haven't let Joe talk. Let's let Joe talk.
No, I actually agree with this pick. I think that I agree with what you said. They need to protect Joe Burrow, and although Jamar Chase would be nice, I think that Rashan Slater protecting Joe Burrow for the next 10 to 15 years would be ideal.
Yeah, I understand Slater, but I mean, I understand it, but I disagree just because of the fact that I feel like this is one of the more there's a lot of depth in this draft class in terms of the tackle position. I feel like when you have a player like Jamar Chase there, I feel like you can easily take him and maybe get a Liam Eichenberg or a Dylan Radunes or even Alex Leatherwood there at maybe in the early second rounds instead of maybe in my opinion reaching for Rashan Slater. If Sewell is on the board, I 100% agree. I think you need to pick Sewell 100%, but with him off the board, I'm fine with the Jamar Chase pick. In fact, that would have been my pick, and that will be my pick for the Dolphins at number 6. I think just because of the fact that the Dolphins, they obviously had a hectic offseason. They traded down, then traded back up to get to the number 6 position. I think the clear motive is a number 1. Well, they do kind of have a number 1 receiver in Devontae Parker, but they don't really have anyone else besides that. So I feel like they need some kind of help on the besides Devontae Parker. I feel like Jamar Chase provides that number 1 receiver who can be kind of that. He's not huge, but he's very strong and very physical inside the red zone. You saw what he did to NFL levels hound like AJ Terrell, and I feel like he'd be a great pick for the Dolphins here at 6.
Dylan, jump in.
Yeah. I like Jamar Chase as a prospect, and on this board, it's the complete right pick at pick 6 overall. But I am just really, really hoping that teams are not so high on Sewell and he drops that far, because that's really what I want as a Dolphins fan.
There's no way he falls past the bench.
No, there's a chance. There are people that just hate him for no reason now. For this scenario, if it's Chase versus Pitts versus Smith versus Parsons, which I was very, very high on Parsons not too long ago, I take Jamar Chase here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chase, and again, as we kind of talk about the Bengals pick, does taking Chase to the Bengals make more sense? Yeah, probably. I don't know, because I do agree. I think Jamar Chase, and I wouldn't be surprised if Waddle's the pick, because it seems like fast guys go over the more talented people, which doesn't really make sense. Saying that doesn't really do anything, Dylan. But I don't know. To me, I feel like Chase is going to go and have an underwhelming year if he were to be drafted to the Dolphins this year.
Wow.
Because they got a lot of talent on that offense, and I'm assuming they'll probably go running back at least in one of the later rounds. I think Javonte Williams would make a ton of sense, which I might actually take or someone will take either first, second round. I think second round makes a lot of sense. And I think Tua, who I don't like and I don't think is that good, isn't going to be able to spread the ball around to how many 4 or 5 receivers they have and the 2 running backs that are, if they get Javonte Williams, receiving backs. So I think Chase is a good pick because that makes the most sense, but I think maybe Pitts, I don't know. But I do think it's a good pick, at least for where this board has fallen. But Surge, you're here at 7. Or no, sorry.
No, I think Joe's here at 7. Should we read a couple of comments, though? Or let's wait till...
Yeah, we can.
Let's wait till the end of the first 10.
Yeah.
No, we'll just... Bengals are taking Sewell if they go chase a mistake. Cody Dunbar. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Seb. Pitts will go to the Falcons. Bengals go Slater. So we have someone to agree with me, and Chase will help Burrow get his buddy. I agree. And now that I think about it a lot more, yeah, probably I may have making the mistake there, but I will stick by it for as much as I can. I'm currently getting message from my family because I was at a soccer game. Sorry about that. Don't pay attention. All right. We are at number 7 here with the Lions. Who has this pick? Joe Lemachek.
I was in some talks about trading down here, but I guess
I think you guys can trade down for the sake of the mock. I think.
Let's keep it as realistic as possible.
Yeah, it would have been between the Bears and the Lions.
You guys get in the comments. Chat. No, I'm joking. I hate saying that. Chat. Let us know. Do you guys think the Lions trading with my argument Lions trading with Bears is that it's within division, so I don't think the Lions let the Bears trade up to get Trey Lance, basically.
That is true.
Dylan, I was trying to do with that.
Cody Dunbar did say that the Lions do need a wide receiver, so it wouldn't be realistic for them to say.
So Cody, I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys. You guys think that trade, do you think the Lions would do that knowing they would go get – I don't know. That's tough. That's what I think. And I agree. I don't think it would happen either.
Yeah, I think I'll make the pick.
All right, Joe.
As much as I like Kyle Pitts still being there, the Lions have TJ Hawkinson, who is one of the best tight ends, one of the better tight ends, Pro Bowl tight end. So I'm going to go with a little bit of a shocker. I'm going to have him going Jalen Waddle, wide receiver.
Oh, no.
Ooh, I like that. I think
Smith is the more talented. Smith is a very talented receiver, but speed kills. And, I think
Jalen Waddle would have
say the same thing about Henry Ruggs and Jalen Rager.
Well,
Jalen Waddle would have been the more talented receiver if he didn't get injured.
I feel like the thing about Waddle
I think he was getting more playing time. I mean, he was getting more looks from Mac Jones before his injury than Devontae Smith.
That is true. I think that's a very good point. I would have had Devontae Smith just because of the fact that I feel like Devontae Smith has more fluid route running and good hands. But the thing is, Waddle has, while less capability, still has those traits in abundance, which I felt like wasn't the same case with Rager or Henry Ruggs. And even if you're getting a slight downgrade on those attributes where you get a lot more speed, I feel like that's a decent pick. I feel like unlike with receivers like Henry Ruggs and Jalen Rager, I feel like Waddle has a decent chance of actually being a number 1 wide receiver on an NFL team because I feel like he's more a complete receiver rather than just a take the top off of a defense speed demon type of receiver. But I think I would have had Smith, but I'm fine with the Waddle pick. I'm not like, oh my God, that's terrible.
All right, are you guys ready for my opinion now?
Yes, done.
Okay.
There you go.
You got your own solo layout. We can barely see you, but
there you go.
For me, and I was on Twitter arguing with someone about the merit to taking Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins, and I was a little bit turned because I completely hated him even going top 20 even because I just didn't rate him as a prospect. And I have changed my mind on him a little bit. That being said, receivers with their main attribute, I'm not even saying that he's not good at anything else. I'm saying receivers that's main attribute is their speed or their strength generally don't turn out to be the best other than DK Metcalf and Tyreek Hill. And you see those guys are drafted in the 3rd and 4th round. So for me, when you have a player that's as talented as Devontae Smith who can work on his speed and strength, you can really prosper more, especially with him being a wide receiver 1 compared to Waddle, who could be a wide receiver 1, but I could see him more being a 2 or a slot. And that's not just because he's fast. It's because I just don't think he is the top answer for the Lions here. I just don't like this pick. And it's not that I don't like Waddle as a prospect because I've changed my mind on that. It's that you're taking him over Kyle Pitts. You're taking him over Devontae Smith. And I even have Rashad Bateman over here ahead of him. But taking Jalen Waddle over Bateman at 7 makes a lot of sense. I just don't like it overall.
No, all right, back to me. We'll switch back to me quickly. Thank you, Cody Dunbar. It means a lot. Obviously, the whole point of doing the live stream, so thank you so much for that. I think if they kept Kenny Golladay, this would be a home run selection. Obviously, me and Joe are very happy they didn't because they went to our Giants, and I'm sure many of the people in the chat are. I think Devontae Smith, and I'm going to say this, is one of the best route runners is the best route runner in this class. I've compared him to Devontae Adams. This guy can run routes without his hands. What I mean by that is his footwork is just incredible. That's why he's able to get so much separation from corners, whether it's the red zone. That's why this guy got video game numbers, because the separation he can create off the line of scrimmage is just unmatched. However, I think Jalen Waddle, as Suraj said, and Dylan, as you compared him to this guy, and I know everyone's like, someone's fast. Oh, Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle actually no. And Dylan, before you agree, Jalen Waddle actually resembles Tyreek Hill, because Tyreek Hill is a wide receiver 1, and he's really fast and small. Henry Ruggs isn't a wide receiver 1. He's a slot receiver, but he's not a wide receiver 1. There's a big difference. Those receivers who are really fast and can take that jump to be a wide receiver 1, I 150% see Jalen Waddle doing. And I take Jalen Waddle if I know, like right now, if you knew Jalen Waddle was going to be a wide receiver 1, you knew Devontae Smith, I take Waddle all day with his speed. Jalen Waddle also has very underrated route running ability. This guy will burn defenses, and if he can be an outside receiver, corners who are starting to trending up, you look at Farley, he's 6'2". A lot of bigger, heavier corners, 200-plus pounds, aren't going to be able to backpedal and do those lateral moving with a receiver who's that fast because they're bigger. Again, that size is obviously better than it's good, but as well it comes with some weaknesses. And I think Jalen Waddle, I don't hate that pick at all, Joe. I think that's definitely a smart pick, and I think that the Lions would be very happy there. Am I on the clock here?
No, I am.
No. I think this is a trade down spot, and I think
this should be an obvious pick.
I don't think there's really too much to talk about here. All right, let me rephrase that. There is a little bit to talk about because the Carolina Panthers have no tight end really. They have Dan Arnold.
This
Chris
has to be
Mander.
a pick.
But the pick is Trey Lance, just because I don't think they can go another year with Teddy Bridgewater, and that's stacked.
They have Sam Darnold.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yep, okay, Kyle Pitts. My bad. Yeah, Kyle Pitts.
What?
You're right.
Bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Take Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I was like, once you went to the tight end spot, I was like, oh, yep, Dillsy sensibly taking.
No, that's actually a good
go
point.
to like Trey Lance, like, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, is taking a quarterback with a ceiling of Trey Lance completely out of the picture?
No.
I don't think it is.
Think we should do it.
And I think I know because Darnold, he has such a high ceiling, but teams who traded for him who had picks like Washington, the Falcons, the Panthers, it really locks them in because next year the draft's not going to be that good in terms of quarterback. So if you don't go quarterback this year and Darnold is awful,
Joe Burrow wasn't very known until his senior year.
And if Darnold's awful, then you're stuck because then you have to stick with him for another year or go and trade for someone like Fitzpatrick with Washington did.
Well, I don't think Fitzpatrick's going to be in the league next season. I think this is his last rodeo.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but again, I think that, and again, no hate to Darnold. Congrats, you got traded because you were awful. But I just think
the disrespect.
It's definitely I would say a tougher one because I don't know if not taking a quarterback like Trey Lance is completely out of the picture. But I think Pitts is the best offensive weapon in this class. All right, we have missed on
just an apology. I completely forgot about that trade. So I don't know nothing about football. It was just a lapse of concentration. It's Kyle Pitts.
All right, we're on the clock again. And I will just say this. I think we have missed on a lot of trades, so I am sorry to the people who
I tried. You guys didn't want to.
No, and you're completely right. I think we should have done trades, so I would say we should definitely open it up. I think this isn't a trade. I mean, I think they're in dreamland here.
I think early in the draft, it's the trades are that often, but in the later draft, I think you might see more.
That's true.
No, I think earlier in the draft, I think the Panthers are very open to trading down. The Lions could, the Falcons could, there are definitely several. The Dolphins could.
Falcons are seeming less and less likely and more intent
to play like Kyle Pitts. With the Falcons, but nobody wanted to. I would have traded down.
I didn't really see a point at the moment. Really,
I would see the Broncos trading up there. I think we probably should have done that, but obviously they didn't have to now because they got Trey Lance. We didn't get to talk about that pick, but Trey Lance here just makes the most sense simply for the fact because, as I said, this guy is the highest ceiling quarterback and can be an incredible NFL talent. Can he do it on the Broncos, I don't know. It's probably not the most ideal situation because the Broncos are the Broncos, just like the Browns are the Browns. So I think it's a tougher one. But Joe, what do you think about this pick?
I agree with it 100%. I feel like it's clear at this point that Drew Lock is not the guy in Denver, and I think that Trey Lance has the highest ceiling, probably out of any, like even including Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
quarterback in the draft, if he's coached right and they can unlock all of his potential, he could be really, really good for a long time.
I mean, this guy has probably the most arm talent and is probably the best scrambler in the draft. So I think that would definitely make the most sense. I don't know. That is a good point. All right, moving on now to the Cowboys. Let's tank them. Take Paris Ford. Let's pull a Dylan and randomly take a 4th round talent in the 1st round because it makes sense.
Okay, I mean,
I'm a Jets fan, and Cody Dunbar's like literally begging for the Giants to get Smith, and the only team that could stand in the way is the Cowboys. They did it to the Eagles when they took CeeDee Lamb.
Imagine they go to Devontae Smith.
Could they do it to the Giants? Could they take Devontae Smith just to spite their rivals?
No.
Or could they trade down? I don't think so. I think because of the fact that Patrick Surtain and JC are on the board, I think they need to take one of them. I would take Patrick Surtain here, being realistic and fair.
Are you on the clock?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I have the Cowboys, so I am taking Patrick Surtain from Alabama. Alabama. So forming that Alabama tandem with Trayvon Diggs, who had a very impressive rookie season. I think both very experienced, very not exactly skilled, but like very just like reliable, very productive in my opinion, or unproductive because they do a great job like guarding their half of the field. And I feel like Surtain can play well in his zone defense, which is what he will be doing in that Dan Quinn cover 3 defense. And I think it makes it makes a lot of sense. And I think it's a very safe, reliable pick for Dallas right here.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think what's really impressive about Surtain is you see a guy who's like, this guy's not really that athletic. And then he goes onto his pro day and does incredible 40. What was his 40 time? I actually don't remember. But I think it was sub 4.4, something crazy. And you then go and you're like, all right, but he doesn't have – he's listed as 6'2". I think he's closer to 6'1". But this guy he keeps everything in front of him, which is what a very good corner should do. He keeps everything in front of him, very good with his hands, the best backpedaler in this draft class, someone who is incredible at closing to the ball when the receiver cuts that route, someone who's incredible at getting to the ball, picking off the ball. This guy is just an all-do-it corner, a dude who will go in, and I don't think talks much, but his playing shows for that. And he matches up with Trayvon Diggs, his college teammate, which is, I guess, dreamland for them. And what I would have loved to see is Kyle Pitts to fall here, because I think that literally would, as a Giants fan, I would, for lack of a better word, shit my pants. So I think that would be a closer. And guys, if you're new, don't curse on videos. We generally don't do that. That was a bit.
That was out of pocket.
Yeah. But Joe,
speak for yourself.
Yeah, but Joe, as someone who is someone as a division rival, taking Surtain, are we more happy? Like, what's the thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a very talented corner, and I definitely agree with this pick 100%. I think at pretty much every mock draft you look at will have Surtain most likely going to Dallas. Mm-hmm. But, as a Giants fan, I guess, because we're not really in the market that much for a corner, finding a Dory Jackson, already having James Bradbury.
Yeah.
But
so is this a trade down spot for the Giants? Let's talk about this before you make the pick.
I'll even proposing a trade.
All right.
I'll even put my input. I'll even give you here.
But wait, so you're talking about the trade down into? I mean,
we'll just quickly talk about this. Let's talk about it.
I'll say. Should I say what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I am with my Dolphins pick because I have the Dolphins at 18. I am telling Joe that I'd be willing to trade up for the 11th pick.
And Dylan, you have no input. You're powerless. You cannot decide if the Dolphins don't.
Who knows? Maybe I take like some random safety from Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I actually,
I actually really like Tutu Atwell here.
I actually would like to. I actually do think that this is a very
Good trade down.
Joe, you did say this is a trade down possibility. As a Giants fan, you said.
But Joe, who has the New England pick?
I have it.
I think that's a very, very, very smart trade down if you're the Giants.
I mean,
get Cam Newton. No, I'm joking.
I'm rooting for Serge to trade down here because I know what he's going to do, and I love it.
Really?
Yep.
You don't know what I'm going to do.
I know exactly what you're going to do.
So I could see them trading the Patriots trading up. I don't really feel like they're going to jump anybody. Like, I don't really feel like – I feel like they're going to – like, I can't really say – I'm not going to foreshaddle who I have them taking. But I think who they're going to take is probably not going to go within these next couple picks. So I would say that they could trade down with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins.
All right.
I'd say I'll offer a first and a second, like maybe a first and a second for like.
I mean, the details are a little bit like I mean, I'm obviously.
It doesn't have to be insanely specific, but
I guess that's.
How are we trade? How do you trade with a team?
You have to like click the buttons and then just do force trade. Like
okay, I know.
Like share the screen. You have to share the screen, there's a button on the bottom that says force trade.
Yeah, but how do I click the team to trade with?
I click
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. So I am trading I'm trading the
Dolphins.
18th
Miami
pick.
Dolphins.
I will give you the first this year's first, this year's
18th,
second.
The 36th?
Yep.
Or the 50th. 50th or
50th. Yeah, not 30th.
And then next year next year a fifth.
Next year 5.
Third, probably third.
A third, okay, third. Joe, it's your guys' trade.
That makes 11.
Get the 5 off the board. Get the 5 off the board.
11.
Get the Dolphins 5 off the board.
Yeah. 11 and a 7 in 2022.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Offer trade. Oh crap. No,
you have to force trade.
I was gonna say. Force trade. It's been forced. You have no. All right. Now they have traded everyone.
This is my bold. This is a bold pick. Not a lot of people will maybe agree with this. And this was if you watch my linebackers video, you may know who it is. It's Jeremiah Owusu. Notre Dame. I love it.
You were supposed to take Parsons.
No, sir, I love it. Explain it.
I like Owusu Koromo more.
I love it.
I'm sorry. I love Owusu Koromo. He is one of the best cover linebackers.
Shout out Koromo. He viewed our story 3 times.
Exactly. I love Koromo. I mean, he's got obviously insane cover skills for like
the best we've seen in a long time.
He can be like a safety. He can maybe even be the only one who lines up in the box, like as like a great tackler. He's got a great speed, decent size. Like he's basically the prototypical modern day linebacker and is a very good blitzer. I think for a defensive minded coach like Brian Flores, he will fall in love with the Owusu Koromo, and I think this makes a lot of sense for Dolphins, who have lost a couple of pieces on defense, especially at the linebacker position. Dylan, I know you didn't like the pick, so I'd like to hear your input.
So I'm just gonna give you guys some. So I recorded the Dolphins video for the offseason move series, and I got into a bit of a conflict with Kean because he hated my Micah Parsons at 3 pick, which obviously
a bit of a conflict.
It's not a great pick. But in an argument, a pretty heated argument, he said that he thinks Owusu Koromo could be a better pick for them, even for the system they take. And I lined up, I think, 50 rounds of stats and reasons why I think Micah Parsons is better. And if I could pull them up, I could share my screen and show you guys.
No.
I don't think I can.
I'm joking.
1850 and
very long line of texts, but I'm not going to do that. But I just think Micah Parsons is so much more talented. He has the attitude problem, which I think is changed by now. It was I think sophomore year in college. Now it was I'm trying to remember what
I don't know. It was
like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a bad thing that he did. But he hasn't done anything illegal since, so that's a great
good.
spot. And shout out Micah Parsons for staying within the law.
No,
I know it's hard.
But from a football standpoint, you have to be taking the best player available as high as this is, and I just don't think that's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. No disrespect, I just think Micah Parsons is a lot better. So
here's what I'll say. This is a tough one. I think
I had to be bold.
I think Parsons is the better pick, although I think Koramoah will be the best long term. This guy is incredible in coverage and I've said it in our mock drafts. This guy is physically just a monster. He's huge. He's fast. He is a hard hitting tackler. Can even play as like a box to box safety. I wouldn't even doubt this guy could play as a slot corner. This guy is incredible. I think I would lean toward this pick. I have Koramoah as my linebacker 1 as well. I love that trade up. I think I love that. But Joe, what do you think?
Oh, I think you're muted, man.
Oh, yeah.
No problem, man.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to my mom.
All good. All good. All good.
21.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the pick. I mean, I think Michael Parsons is maybe has probably a higher floor, but I think that he has wait, what's his name again? I kind of forget.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Owusu-Koramoah. Yeah, I know it, but I kind of forget how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
No, I think he has a much higher ceiling. Not much.
No, that's the opposite though. Owusu-Koramoah is the safe pick. Parsons is the high ceiling.
I know, but I think Parsons also could have such a low floor, and I feel like the ceilings aren't that different.
No, I think they are because Micah Parsons, from what I've seen, and I did a lot of research on it because I wanted to prove Kian wrong, is that he could be a top 5 linebacker within the next 3 years of playing. While Owusu-Koramoah, I think it'll take him 5 years to get into the top 15.
No.
5
I think we should move
years.
on. I think we should move on, though.
All right, we'll move on. Let's Xavier Collins, I feel safer than Parsons also. Ooh, that's a hot take. I don't like. Oh yeah, shout out.
Very strongly dislike
Xavier Collins. I think Tulsa has a really, really hard defense, the hardest defense to translate to the NFL. Quickly before we do move on, big board video. We're recording it tomorrow, coming out Monday. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That will be a really, really fun video to do. We're going to be talking about overrated, underrated players in our NFL, our big board. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But moving on to the next pick, Dylan just left. I think he got too angry.
No. I accidentally clicked log in, so it made me go.
All right, next pick. Who is on the clock here?
It's me.
It's all right. Dylan.
And as the Eagles GM here, I have to do Eagles GM thing. So without further ado, welcome to the Eagles, Rondale. Here, Devontae Smith fell this far. You might as well take him. But the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
It's Devontae Smith.
Oh, I was gonna say right.
I am the GM of the Eagles now, so there will not be a very exciting Kadarius Toney on this team. It will be Devontae Smith.
Their coach.
Even the Eagles, Javon Holland could have been a really good 12th overall pick for them here. Also a joke.
Their head coach genuinely scares me. I think this guy is one of the most confusing humans. And Dylan's am I the only one there?
No, you're completely
have you seen
right.
his press conferences? He's talking about they're calling draft prospects, and it's great to get to know him. He's like, yeah, all we do is play Jeopardy, and I'm like, what?
They play rock paper. They play rock paper scissors.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Are you 5 years old?
While it is quite strange,
come on.
While this is quite strange,
you have to be at least 13.
Dan Campbell biting kneecaps is a bit scarier.
Yeah, come on. No one can beat MCDC. Shout out Pat McAfee.
Love to hear that. Joe,
love to hear.
What do you think of the pick?
Yeah, I think that if the Giants were to trade down, I think the Eagles would, they would really enjoy having Devontae Smith on their roster.
I completely forgot that that the Giants traded down and cannot.
I think I would have if I didn't trade that pick, I probably would have the Giants taking Devontae Smith, but we'll see where they go. Or I haven't taken in the draft.
Just so you guys know, we are just quickly editing the sticker on the bottom. That's why. If you guys can't see if you guys are new and you can't see the first, the first pick, just because there's like a character limit, so I can't add all the picks. So I'm just removing the earlier ones. But the Eagles take Devonta Smith, and I like the pick. I won't lie. I think that I would 100% agree. I think it makes the most sense. Just if you're kind of looking at what they need, and me and Serge love Jalen Hurts. If you guys didn't see that video,
I love Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Jalen Hurts.
Big Jalen Hurts fan. All right, I'm on the clock.
Yes.
Am I? I can't. You guys have to remind me.
Yes, you are. You are. You're right on the clock.
Dan. You're always after me.
Okay, and Mac Jones out of Alabama. No, I'm joking.
That's in.
Imagine you accidentally clicked it though.
Yeah.
We'd have to like swap them out or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna do it. Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. I'm gonna take it.
Oh,
give me Rashad Bateman. I love this guy to no extent. I love this guy. Like literally is my favorite prospect in this draft class. He saw our story once. Like I'm complete. This guy is just so good. No holes as a receiver. I think he can do it all. I think it makes the most sense. He is a great, and I know it's offensive line. I know. Center's good enough. That's all you need, right?
No.
That's all.
Definitely not. You see, for the other picks that I didn't agree with, I'd give like a long monologue or a no. But this one's I'm just silent. I just can't fathom how you would think this is a good idea. They're the most injured all the time on the line. Their secondary is old now, other than Derwin James. So you could go J.C. Horn. You could also go to Micah Parsons because, in my opinion, he's the best player on the board now. But the fact that you didn't go Darisaw or Parsons or Horn, and not even that, you took a receiver, in which they took 7 overall Mike Williams in 2017, and they have Keenan Allen. For me, that just doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to go too much in detail because there's a lot of draft left, and I've taken up a lot of the time. So to sum this pick up, I'm just going to say no.
Okay, fair enough. I think for me that I understand, Kian, that Rashad Bateman is a great player. We did actually have him number 3 ranked on our wide receivers list, but I think it's not really about Bateman. But I think the value is fine. But I think the problem with this is that, again, like Dylan said, there are just so many other options available. Like I said, J.C. Horn to fix their aging secondary. Like I said, Elijah Vera Tucker also who provides depth, like versatility across that offensive line. We say versatility a lot. You have tackle, you have interior offensive line who can play both positions. You have what was the other option? Micah Parsons. You said Micah Parsons. Obviously, I think there are just so many other directions you can go, and I like Bateman. But again, you have like Allen, Williams, and also don't forget Darius Guyton also had a very decent year for the Chargers as well.
Definitely not named Darius.
Not Darius Guyton. What is his first name?
I know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I personally would have gone Christian Darisaw.
Yeah.
That would have been my personal pick, but I mean, I think Bateman's a really good player, but I don't know how much he really fills the need for the Chargers, who could use offensive line.
He is slowly realizing that that was a terrible pick.
No.
No.
I will say this. Do I love it now? No. But I think
you just screwed over an entire franchise. It's not forgivable.
Bateman's really good. And I think that people don't think he's that good, and he is. So
why would you trade down if you wanted?
I don't know. I kind of am trying to be bold, and that's kind of like, what the hell are you doing? But I think Bateman, and I'll say again, it's probably not the best pick. It's definitely not the best pick. This guy can play in the slot. I mean, this guy can be a slot receiver. I think if Jalen Waddle would fall here, receiver would make more sense for you to take him. Yes, I know it's not the best pick.
You know,
it's too late now. The damage has already been done.
It is too late now, unfortunately.
Next pick, I'm going to take Levi Ozariki.
Okay, I have the Vikings at 14. I'm going to do I feel like I think it's gonna be on the defensive side of the ball. I think there are two options that I've been considering. I'm gonna go with my opinion, the best edge in this class, Jalen Phillips from Miami. I know they did sign. I know
Dylan, where's Jalen? They have him below Jason Owen. This is why PFF is awful.
Oh damn! Hey damn! We're just gonna go on a rant now. But I think, my opinion. I think Jalen Phillips is just a complete edge rusher. In my opinion, has very good hand technique. Can play 3-4 outside linebacker or 4-3 edge rusher. Has very good leverage, good speed, good size. I mean, the size isn't great, but it's not terrible in my opinion. I think he's just an all-around edge, very decent. I think there are concerns about concussions, those types of injuries, and he did retire once from football, but did come back. I think he still is the number one edge rusher in this class. I know the Vikings signed Dalvin Tomlinson, but I still feel like just that Phillips would be a great counterpart to that, especially considering earlier they did trade Yannick Ngakoue to the Vikings, and they also did lose pieces like Everson Griffin.
Okay. I just love
Dylan doesn't like anything today.
I love the total disregard of the offensive tackle position in this draft.
I really agree with you.
It's been like,
but Dylan, Rashan Slater was a bad pick.
At 5, I think it was. But the complete disregard for Christian Darrisaw in particular. He could have been taken at Miami now that I'm thinking about it. He could have been taken at the Chargers and now here. And it's 3 picks, but that's 3 picks where I think he should have gone. It's not that he could have, it's that he should have gone. And you can't, for a guy like that, he's going to come in hungry now. I mean, Josh Rosen said that he was going to come in hungry. But Darrisaw, I think, will if this happens to him. And there are 2 reaches in front of him. Because Jalen Phillips, I actually really like him as a prospect, but he is a reach at this high in the draft because you could trade down for him. So Christian Darrisaw, wherever he goes, they're going to be lucky because he's coming in hungry.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Darrisaw's going to come in hungry. He's going to push the defensive lineman a little bit harder.
No, he's going to bite their kneecaps.
In terms of value, I think it's a great pick. I don't see why Dylan is hating on that pick. I think this is an amazing pick. Jalen Phillips. My problem with defensive linemen or edges, like I said in the beginning, there's not that amazing top 3, top 5 pick. I feel like these are more projects. I feel like there's not one edge, and arguably Phillips maybe is that guy who will go in and immediately be an impact player. But I think Phillips could be that. Offensive line. I mean, the Vikings offensive line is a problem, but most offensive line in the NFL could get upgraded. Besides, there's very select few, or if you have a ton of problems like the Dolphins, at quarterback, and so I think
no, you're not going to get away with that.
I think
we have determined that Tua deserves another year before you rate him as lowly as you do.
I think we should move on to the 15th pick.
I know, Joe. You didn't get Joe. What do you think about this pick?
I actually disagree. I feel the same way as I did with the Chargers pick.
Who agrees with Dylan?
What?
I'm joking.
No. I think that they should have went line here. Christian Darrisaw. But Jalen Phillips is a very good player. Maybe a little bit of a reach, not too much. But I definitely thought that they should have went out line.
All right. Are we moving on?
Yeah.
Next pick, Cardinals. I see an obvious.
Patriots.
Oh, Patriots. Sorry. This again. We really have messed up on many trades. I'm sorry to everyone. Dylan was right when sorry, but I see. Joe, I see your guy here who you wanted to trade up for.
Yeah.
So.
See, what I'm gonna say is that am I a fan of this guy at all? No. But
neither are we.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is worse than Kellen Mond train.
Spoil it, Dylan. What the
Dylan, are you on that train?
Yes.
Let's go.
I wasn't for a while, and even when I made my quarterback video, I wasn't. But every time I looked, there's just less reasons to like Mac Jones.
All right, we're sorry. We'll let Joe.
He's seen him with a national championship.
All right, Joe. Is it Mac Jones?
I personally don't like this pick, but this is what I'm making my picks based off what I think that they will do. So I think that right now they're going to take Mac Jones.
Scroll up a bit just so for newcomers can see the other picks.
I think when I look at Mac Jones, I think New England's actually a very good system for him in the short passing of the game that relies on timing would be great. But other than that, I just don't think he's that good of a prospect just because of the fact that I feel like he was put in the perfect situation with Alabama. He had incredible offensive line, all the players that will be in the NFL, had the best receiver in college, Devontae Smith, and had maybe the best running back in college, Najee Harris, and he was in an offense run by Steve Sarkisian that utilized that with using like Devontae Smith on other players in motion often, that really took advantage of like their one-on-one skills and slippery route running ability. I feel like even if you could say, oh, he's the smartest quarterback we've ever interviewed, and that one team actually did say that. I know.
It says he did geometry. He did his angles fast. Like what
exactly.
He's so smart.
But even with that, I just think I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, this isn't. I don't think this is a good pick.
I know.
I know that they will make. You know.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. 83. He's my 83rd ranked prospect. This guy is so overhyped. It is absurd. He cannot move in a league that is going towards mobile quarterbacks, and he goes to a Patriots team that doesn't have weapons.
That's not really my problem. It's just other issues that
no.
We don't see that much because a 43-year-old Tom Brady won a Super Bowl. I mean,
yeah, but it's Tom Brady who has an offensive line that was the best in the league this year.
Best in the league.
Yes.
It was very good.
Shout out Marquette. Yes.
No,
Marquette and
no bias.
Well,
you saw the step they took of the
Smith?
In the playoffs, definitely. But like, not.
Did you just take shots at Donovan Smith? Did you just take shots at Donovan Smith? Oh my god! No, but all I'm gonna say is Mac Jones is overhyped. This guy, have seen the best of him. He doesn't have anywhere to grow. Trey Lance does, Zach Wilson does, Trevor Lawrence does, Justin Fields does. We've seen the best of Mac Jones. He goes to the Patriots. He doesn't have a single weapon. He has retired Julian Edelman. Which apparently the wheels have fallen off him. So okay, I'm sorry. Don't disregard that. I completely fall off him.
Fallen.
Mac Jones is bad. Charlie, obviously, the least smart on the channel, does like him a lot. Does like him a lot.
He likes him. Then that makes sense. Then
for some random reason. But Joe, we hated on your pick, but you seem to, so at least it wasn't that bad. All right. Let's move on. 6 people in the stream as well. Everyone, we haven't said this, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Obviously helps us out a ton. Who is on the clock again? Don't remember. It's Dylan, right?
It's me, Cardinals.
All right,
I think it's an obvious pick. This is an obvious.
All right, 1 second.
No way.
I don't think this is obvious, guys.
Dylan, I swear to God.
You call out our picks, but if you don't make this pick, Dylan.
No, I'm gonna make the pick you're looking at, but the board right now, based on the reaches you guys made, is absolutely unreal. Micah Parsons I could take. Christian Darrisaw I can take. I'm going to end up taking the guy that we did a player review on, and that's
there we go.
But I said that this would be the perfect spot for him, and that's honestly the only reason I'm taking him instead of Parsons and Darrisaw. But the unreal talent on this board based on your guys' reaches, just like
yeah, but Dylan, the thing is, it's not who fell last year that was incredibly good defensively, fell to the Cardinals and was a great linebacker. Isaiah Simmons, who was a better prospect coming out of college than Micah Parsons, didn't have off-field issues. Mike Parsons has off-field issues and isn't as good of a prospect. I 150% could see this guy falling to the 20s, and everyone has said that. Micah Parsons could 150% fall, and I wouldn't even be surprised if he does fall.
I can also see him taken at 8, though.
And I could, and I'm not saying that wouldn't happen, but I think it would make a ton of sense. JC Horn, as I said, this guy is mean. We did our top 5 corners. This guy is
He's
get
Pat
in your
Pete
face.
Reaver. He's the Pat Pete Reaver. That's how I would describe him.
Yeah, exactly. Right. No, completely. This guy is a mean dude. As I said, the tape against Seth Williams was absurd against Auburn. This guy is one of the most aggressive, without getting too many penalties, just so good at getting in your face and being a mean dude like Jalen Ramsey, that just talking in your ear the whole game. This guy ranked 99.9 percentile on his pro day. He ran and I thought he ran a 4.39. He ran a 4.35 or 4.32. This guy was incredibly fast. He's 6'1", 205. He has all the physical attributes. This guy could be the best corner in this class. I have him in my cornerback too. I believe he's our cornerback too as well in our big board at, I believe, 16 or around there in the teens. I think this is an incredible pick, and I think it will be the pick. But Joe, thoughts on JC Horn here?
Completely agree with it. I mean,
Yeah.
simple as that. Like they need a corner. He's the best corner on the board.
Exactly.
I think that's
Not much else to say.
Yeah,
Surge.
Yeah, I think it's a respectable pick. I think it has to be the obvious pick, considering not a lot of people would actually expect JC Horn to fall this far, considering the more and more hype he's been getting as the draft has continued on and on and on. Just a very physical guy. Again, like I said, up in your face. He's just uses his hand technique very well, can play and press very well. I think he's just, again, Jalen Ramsey, very good comparison. I think he's going to be that type of cornerback, and I think, and there's not really much else to say. I think it fills a dire need for Arizona and excellent value.
Yeah.
17.
Guys. So I know we did say 2 round. I think we'll do a round today, maybe a round tomorrow. I know it's just
because we don't want to like speed it up quickly. Then it'll be all like unbalanced. And I think,
but Joe, of course, Joe is welcome on tomorrow. So we will do. Hopefully,
he does. I don't want to like force him though. It's up to him.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the Raiders pick. This is my pick. I remembered. I didn't have to ask you. And here we're gonna go. The guy Dylan weirdly has an obsession over. Actually, this is a tough one.
Don't second guess yourself. Do it.
No, it's gonna be Christian Darrisaw.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
And I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna hope whoever has the Giants is gonna take Parsons. I just bless them. Was it slightly biased? Maybe. Oh yeah. So thank you guys so much, Cody. We'll obviously get shout out. I mean, thank you so much for joining the live stream. But Christian Darrisaw is a really, really good long tackle, huge guy, 6'7". The problem, and Dylan, you even said this, Cosby 6'7". They're walking injuries. If this guy twists his ankle, weirdly, he can be a guy who's consistently injured. That's why I have him fall. He's our offensive tackle 3 on our big board. Really, really, really good. I'm a fan of him. So I think it makes the most sense. Dylan gets his guy.
18. Should I with the Giants?
No, I have the pick because trade off.
Oh yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a quick note. I was talking about this to Kean the other day. A guy I could possibly see the Raiders taking is Caleb Farley.
Yeah,
he just reminds me of a typical Raiders pick. You know, he's fast, very athletic. It just seems to
screams Raiders.
Exactly. But I have the Giants pick right now. You know, they could use edge. You know, that when I was initially going to trade down, I was not expecting Micah Parsons to be here, and I was
going to end Dylan's misery.
I was planning to take a guy more like Kwity Paye, but since he's here, I'm going to take Micah Parsons.
The Giants fleeced the Dolphins, and I'm very upset about it.
Hey, they both got linebackers in the trade.
The Dolphins should have traded up to take Parsons, and the Giants end up trading down to 18 and still getting him. We love embarrassing Dylan's organization. That's what we do here. To a subs and draft.
I'm loving the Giants and Jets fans laughing at the Dolphins. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, very funny. I didn't do that to screw over the Dolphins. I genuinely believe that Owusu-Koramoah will be a better linebacker.
We are revoking your rights as a channel member.
Dylan.
Matt Wolker says no portal pick for the Bengals. The draft is more than 1 round. Chase would be the pick. Unfortunately, he is not, Matt. So unlucky.
If it's more than 1 round, wouldn't there be more like wide receivers open?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to say that the depth at the tackle position's more, which there is good depth at the tackle position, but this is one of the most stacked receiver classes I've seen.
They could get a guy top 2nd round that could potentially.
Yeah, they could get Terrace Marshall or one of the Moores or
Darius Tooney possibly. You never know.
Yeah. All right, next pick. Surge is on the clock.
No. Oh, it is me. Okay, so I
think we'll just go off that now since there's a trade. So now go Surge, Dylan, me.
Okay, sounds good. So
all right,
I
19.
now have the Washington football team.
We should speed this up a bit, though. Just
of course, 100%.
Now we gotta have commercials and people shaking hands with Roger Goodell and talking about everyone's parents dying.
Yeah,
shout out Roger Goodell got vaccinated. Roger Goodell got vaccinated. He can hug the players now. There we go.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
massive
now
deal.
Now he can
hugging men.
Now we can attempt to hug the players while they juke him away and be like, please don't
Just get
ruin this
stiff
moment.
armed by Najee Harris. All right, Surge, you're on the board.
Okay, now we have the Washington football team.
I see an
at
obvious
19.
pick here.
An obvious pick here. That gets you
I
scared.
see Elijah Vera Tucker or Greg Newsome.
Elijah Vera
That's not
Tucker.
obvious then.
I think he's right though. Elijah Vera Tucker, that's great value here, and I think considering the fact that I don't know if they've properly really replaced Trent Williams yet, I think Elijah Vera Tucker is the pick. He provides great versatility across that line, helps protect. Who probably will be the pick? I think it will be. It will be Vera Tucker just because of the fact that he needs to replace Trent Williams and protect the future quarterback, who will probably be, in my opinion, Fitzpatrick. So I think it's Vera Tucker.
Love it. I like that pick a lot. And I think Elijah Vera Tucker is sliding. I know Charlie is dying in the chat right now because Charlie loves Vera Tucker. He says offensive lineman too in the draft. So we love Vera Tucker. Where do we have? We have him at 12 on our big board, I'm pretty sure. We may even have him 11, I think. I'm not sure. Again, big board coming out on Monday. So
yep. Shout out Michael.
Shout out Mike.
Thank you.
All right. Who's on?
Chat. It's my turn. Check the chat though. Whoever has the team I'm asking for.
Okay.
Okay. Take Vera. Pick Vera. Okay. So the Bears.
So the
okay. So we're taking
up for
Kyle
Bears
Trask,
pick.
right? Kyle Trask, right? That's the Bears, right?
No. Check the
Kyle
chat.
Trask. That's just
Guys,
what
who has
they
the
would do.
Titans pick?
I'm not. Who does?
Wait, do I have it? Or-
Oh yeah, Joe, you do. Yeah.
All right.
Would you like to make a trade for that pick?
Why would they trade up? Why would the Bears trade down? You have to explain.
Get a second round pick. There's no one on the board that they absolutely need, and I feel like the Titans do have someone that they have in mind.
right.
I can't think. Wait, can you type in the chat? I'm trying to think who would that.
Farley, I think, could be the player. Dylan, you can just tell us, Dylan. You don't have to.
Phil Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Nah,
can
but
see-
Farley would be there.
Farley.
Farley would be there at
That's
two
what
picks later.
All right, you
Yeah.
don't want to? All right, I will.
Yeah,
I don't think I would trade up here.
Yeah.
All right, I will reach for
Yeah.
someone, but it's gonna take me time because I honestly had no.
I mean,
thought
that's
I-
just the Bears, though, so it's just like normal.
All right, so this is gonna take a little bit of time. You can play some Jeopardy music while I'm trying to figure out
Wait, who has the Jets next pick?
I have the Jets pick.
I can see you trading up there.
I could.
What pick do I have?
I don't know. I
have
don't
a
see.
Colts
I
pick.
don't see a player. I'm thinking the Ravens. Maybe they could trade up for like if Bateman was still there. Bateman was still there. I would trade up, but like since he's not on the board,
All right, the pick is in.
All right, Dylan,
Pick
what
is
is the
in.
pick?
You didn't want Farley. I'll take him myself.
Wow.
that's a good. I think that's a good pick.
I think Newsome would be the pick for me.
Farley
if
is
it's corner.
Farley's fell way too much in like general big
Then
boards.
what's
I don't
not
understand
for?
why. I love his speed. I love his just cover ability. I remember earlier, like even after the season, some people were still talking about, hey, Farley could still be cornerback number one. Now, again, I hate
Now
when
it's
players
quarterback
just.
5 for some people.
I hate when people just like have like players just fall and rise after nothing literally happens. Like this exact.
What do you say?
I went Penny Sewell.
Penny Sewell? Really? I didn't see
Penny
that. But
Sewell
I saw
number 2
like with
consensus
Mac Jones, like fall and rise, fall and rise. It just
Sorry,
whenever
I'm not familiar with Penny Sewell. Who's that?
But the point is, I don't understand why he falls. Like he's just like gone off big boards, not completely off big boards, but off the first round, off the early second. I think Farley would be a very good pick for the Bears, which is I mean, they don't. I was they reach for Kyle Trask, but
I don't
All right,
think that would
let's-
ever happen, but
Let's
I'm just
move
joking.
on. All right. Next pick is my pick. This is where I'm gonna go Greg Newsome. Love Greg Newsome. This guy has size, ball skills. Pick for me. I think he makes the most sense here. My cornerback 3. I think this guy is really, really talented and is going to translate very well on a Northwestern defense that he was really a big contributor to. I think it definitely does make the most sense. I love the pick, Greg Newsome. Shout out to you, Northwestern. Love it.
I think
All right.
that's a decent pick. I
Dylan
have
or Joe.
Joe has Titans at 22.
All right, now that both cornerbacks are gone, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Joe just got screwed over in an
I know.
You
I
can
thought for a
find
second. I
who you
thought
wanted,
for a
but you didn't
second
wanna
I had the
trade.
Titans, and then I realized Joe had. I'm like, oh, thank God.
All right, because now
I
I
think
Joe,
tackle.
I'm just saying I
I
think
would say
Trayvon
tackle.
Moberg would be a good pick, but
Or tackle. I'd say tackle because
Nah, they
they
already have
lost
Kevin-
Isaiah
They have
Wilson.
Kevin
I think
Byard.
Christian Barmore would be a great pick. They need someone who can get to the quarterback or
It's
Quiddy
his
Pay.
pick. Stop
Well, they
making
already
it
have
for
Jeffrey
him.
Simmons,
It's
who had a
his
decent
pick.
year
Stop
last
making
year. I
it
feel
for
like
him.
Jeffrey
All
Simmons
right,
had a
Dylan,
decent
it's
year
not
as
like you didn't do
RPO.
that.
I didn't do that, but go ahead.
You did. All right, good.
it's just a tough pick for me.
Right.
Personally. I had him going corner, and there's really nobody here now
Yeah.
that I see fit going.
Mm.
So
Unless they want to reach for Asante Samuel, I could see. Maybe.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
I don't see them reaching for Asante Samuel.
I would love Terrace Marshall. Just give my opinion. Dylan, don't yell.
Not going to.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
that's,
Joe.
I really like.
that's where I was going. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I was thinking. That's where I was thinking wide receiver. I
All
mean,
right.
they don't really have anybody besides A.J. Brown.
Uh.
They lost
Hey,
Corey.
no Adam Humphries. No Adam Oh no, he's gone now. Okay, good.
Yeah,
right.
I guess I'll go
Tackle
Yeah.
would be decent because they
Terrace
lost Isaiah
Marshall
Wilson.
Jr., wide receiver, LSU.
All right. I like that pick a lot, actually, Joe.
I like that pick a
Terrace
lot,
Marshall's
too.
decent.
Terrace Marshall is a really, really good vertical threat, and I think he can complement AJ. Because this is actually really good for the Titans because they could go for a slot guy like Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney, Rondale Moore. Because AJ Brown is kind of he can be a really good aerial threat receiver. But then they could also go with a tall guy because Terrace Marshall could be that really good complement. Who's on Sturridge's Jets are on the board.
Please.
Is he going to mess up another player in the draft?
Oh yes. 100%.
Enjoy destroying careers.
Sturridge, you want to
Does
trade?
anyone-
What
I
picks do
want to
have?
trade. I want to trade out of this because I feel like there are a couple good players that
I'll
I
trade
like,
up
but I
with
feel
the
like
Saints. I'll trade up with the Saints.
okay, deal,
All right.
deal, 100%.
Deal. All right,
okay.
what's the trade? Let's make it.
I want a first, and
I'll give you a
First-
second for next year.
that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Deal.
New Orleans Saints. So you are the Saints are giving 28 and a second next year for 23.
I'm happy
Wait,
with that.
nope, forced trade. There we go. Second trade of the draft. Content, everyone. You're welcome. All right.
Exactly. Hey, we can't do everything. And a lot of these picks
Okay.
don't seem
No.
reasonable for trades, considering the draft lines up perfectly for a lot of teams.
All right. So I traded up for this pick with a specific player in mind. And believe it or not, it's not going to be who you guys are thinking. I actually particularly like this player because he's really versatile on the line. And I know they've got Cameron Jordan in one side, but losing Trey Hendrickson hurts them.
Ooh.
So I'm actually going to take Azeez Olajari here.
Great pick.
Damn it! No,
Great
I was
pick.
we'd I hope we'd fall. I thought.
Great pick. Sturridge.
I usually like Gregory Rousseau here because
I thought I didn't think they were gonna actually pick an edge. Damn it! No,
Sturridge, that's what we like to call unlucky.
I'm just.
I usually take Rousseau here because I really like him as a prospect. Also because I really wanted Miami to take him at 18 for a long time, and I like being right. But I think Olajari's turned me around on him. I didn't really like him as a prospect that much, and watching tape, researching more into it, he looks like a legit talent. And to replace Trey Hendrickson, it seems like a good pick for me. So that's what I'm going to do at that pick for the New Orleans.
I love Ojolari. You can play as both like he can play as a. I'm saying it in a depressing voice now. He can play as a 4-3 edge, 4-3 outside linebacker. The reason why I was going to trade down because I also liked interior offensive lineman, but I feel like it would be too early to pick it at 23. So I felt like trade down, maybe get Ojolari, and I felt like with Dylan he wasn't going to take it at 23, and Dylan freaking screwed me over. Like
Unlucky.
Unlucky. I would have traded with you if I knew you were gonna pick Ojolari. Damn it, Dylan. But
Joe.
that's
An atrocity just happened. Do you like Ojolari here?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how big. I know they lost Trey Hendrickson, but I think that Marcus Davenport, who drafted in 2018, is ready to step up into a bigger role. So I don't know how much of a pressing need this is, but I like him as a player, or Ojolari as a player. But for the Saints, I don't know if they're in win now mode necessarily, but they have a lot of good players.
Win now with Winston.
Yeah, it's a little. They're in a kind of a tough spot. I don't know if this would be my pick, but
yeah,
I think he's a very talented player. So
take Kellen Mond. He's so
Yes.
good. Take Kellen Mond.
Do it yourself,
27th
you
ranked,
frick.
quarterback 5, miles better than Mac Jones. 4 years, played against good talent. Dak Prescott comparison. He can run, he can throw, he can run again, and he can throw.
Again.
This guy is
Very,
again.
very descriptive. Thank you.
Okay. Who has
Take Kellen
the-
Mond. Him and Rashad Bateman, if they get drafted to the same team, I'm not a Giants fan anymore. I'm supporting whatever team
What if
that
they get
is.
drafted by the Giants? Would you still
I
be
would.
a Giants fan anymore?
I
Because you
would.
said it on video, you wouldn't be a
Who
Giants
has,
fan
who has
anymore.
the Steelers pick? I think
it
Joe.
is.
Joe.
Yeah, no, it's Dylan. It's Dylan.
It's my pick, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have the Browns actually.
Yeah, no, because Dylan, you have the Steelers, I have Jaguars, Joe, you have Browns, Surridge.
I go back to Jets.
Yeah,
Because I
then who has Ravens?
Because then I picked because I
All right, so in Dylan, you'll.
I
have
think
Ravens.
then I'll pick back to back though. Then I think
Yeah.
right because I'll pick Ravens,
Yeah.
then I'll pick for my team that I trade down with the Jets.
All right,
All right,
so
you go.
Joe, you're on the
We'll
clock.
go back to the draft board.
Yes.
So, this pick. So, I was having an argument on Twitter with someone that was saying Najee Harris is the clear pick here because I just don't agree with that. And
I
I'm not
agree.
going to take running back here. I'm actually because the argument on Twitter was Najee Harris helps a bad line, but a bad line helps a good running back.
Exactly.
A good line helps a good running back. A good line helps a bad running back. So for me, while there aren't that many great inside interior linemen, I think that would be the smartest pick here. And I'm not going to do that because it's too far of a reach, which is why I was thinking about trading down.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm not going to be doing that. I'm actually going to be selecting Dylan Red Dunes.
Oh.
Be honest, you just picked it because of the name bias.
No, I didn't. Spelled differently.
Yes, you did.
Spelled differently.
Okay.
He's a good offensive tackle. It's a little bit of a reach. I know that. But I think he works out here for the Steelers because they have an aging line. He's tall. He's going to protect Ben Roethlisberger this year and then whoever they draft next year. So
Dwayne Haskins.
No. Dwayne Haskins. I just for everyone that's new that's watching this, I give quarterbacks cornerbacks and quarterbacks 3-year policy. Everyone else 2 years. Anyone that's drafted very high. And
Tua gets 5.
what happened?
Dylan's gonna give Tua like 6 years.
No, I give him 3. I give everyone 3. And for me, Dwayne Haskins and Deshaun Kaiser are the only people that have proven me wrong. So no, Dwayne Haskins doesn't get another shot.
I think the pick has to be Tevin Jenkins if you're looking tackle. That's my personal opinion. I have this guy as my tackle 3. I think he's really, really mean, finishes blocks with swagger, really, really aggressive. Sir, as you know where I'm getting that from.
He's a great pass blocker, but on outside runs, I like Red Dunes better.
Yeah. Shout out Brett Coleman. Please come on the show.
Imagine if he somehow finds us like,
yeah.
who are these people?
All right. Next pick. I am with the Jaguars. Yes, I am.
I'm willing to trade up.
No.
I'll trade up with the Ravens. No.
With the Ravens?
No. Yeah, with the Ravens at
Well, that's
27. Just
not
two
the pick
picks.
wrong. You
No,
have the
I'll
Ravens
trade
pick.
up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll have the Ravens pick. I'll trade up. I'll trade up with the Jaguars.
You're gonna have to tell me who you want to take because I want to see.
No, that's not how it works.
No, that's not how
No.
it works. That's not
No.
how it works.
Then no,
We've
I'm taking.
never. Okay. Oh
I'm
no,
taking-
no. Okay. Fine.
No, I'm taking Christian Barmore.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, who? Are you taking Trayvon Mohrig?
No.
Who are you taking? Quiddy Pay.
Harris Ford.
Nope.
Harris Ford. I love
I'll
Christian
give you a
Barmore
because I know the
think-
Browns. Because
I
know
have
the Browns.
seen, and I don't get it. I have seen big boards that have Barmore as not the defensive tackle 1. This is the one position in the draft where it's the best player, and it's literally a Mount Everest to the next best player. Christian Barmore is incredibly talented. Dylan, I don't know where you're getting this from. You have Parsons at 3, so I do not
I'm saying
trust
Elijah
your
Vera
judgment.
Tucker is definitely a higher, like Elijah Vera Tucker compared to Wyatt Davis is higher than Christian Barmore compared to the Levy Rinko.
No, not at
It's
all.
just my opinion.
Okay.
It's close though.
No,
I'm
think
kidding.
I think there's a very good chance there's not a defensive tackle taken until the 3rd round. Barmore's incredible. This is the pick. The Jags. I know maybe get offensive lineman. I know that might be arguable because my picks have been quite weird today, but I do like Barmore here. Browns is Joe on the clock. Browns is the Browns.
Yeah.
What do they
Joe,
do here?
I'm kind of going with somewhat of a I would say best player on the board. I feel as though it's Kwity Paye.
Yeah,
from
great
Michigan.
Oh, that's a scary defensive line.
Very,
Dude, that
very.
defense has been rebuilt very quickly. That
Serge,
looks-
because you have Kwity Paye as your defensive lineman 1, right?
no, not even close.
I had him as my
Oh, you have
edge
I
Jalen
am
Phillips.
as like-
Sorry, you have Jalen
I
Phillips.
had Kwity Paye as my edge one.
Yeah,
As
I
do
love
I.
Kwity
I
Paye.
like him. I like him. That's a
I
good
love
pick.
Kwity Paye. I have Jalen Phillips like Serge, but Joe, sorry, explain your pick.
Well, no, I mean it's really close between Phil. It really depends on scheme and stuff. I just think that he would make the Browns a very scary defense,
Yeah.
and I think that it would be he'll fit nicely in that Browns defense. He could probably make an immediate impact.
Yeah, 100%. I think Kwity Paye would be the quickest impact player to be drafted. All right, let's keep going with this mock.
27. I have
27
because I have the
Back-to-back.
Ravens like my
All
number
right.
one. I'm getting the
Serge.
steal. I'm getting the steal of the draft. It isn't the biggest need. It is a need considering it is tied to recent events.
Oh, I
They
know.
did just trade Orlando Brown.
Oh,
I love Tevin Jenkins.
I
He
love
is a
that.
mean,
I love that.
absolute mean run blocker, good
Love
pass
that.
blocker. He's so strong. He can execute that power gap scheme that the Ravens are using. There is no way that he should be available at 27, but the fact that he is,
I feel like it's gonna be Ravens.
Ron Harbaugh, who's the Ravens GM again? They're gonna be so happy that he's available.
Yeah.
It's match made in heaven.
I
They
don't
lose
think they'll be
Orlando
there.
Brown. They get their immediate. I understand there are other needs. Like I know safety, they could go Morig's
forward.
on the board, so they could go Trayvon Morig. There are other positions of need, but the fact that Tevin Jenkins is on the board, it's just too easy for them. In my
It's
opinion,
gonna be fun for us to see Tevin Jenkins versus Dylan Rajones
Yeah.
for Steelers Ravens with that.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
we'll
love
be
that
on
pick,
top of
Serge.
it,
This
well.
guy, as I said, is a mean tackler, and I think if you get him there immediately. Quickly, just to address this, Tyler Shelvin, Jay Tufele. I mean, Shelvin is a third round. Tufele is
Don't
dropped
forget
to
about
almost.
Levi Ungaringaringarici.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
It's
pronounce
really
it.
not hard to say. It's own
I like
Owunzariki.
Owunzariki.
Yeah, Tyler Shelvin's a third. Tufele's fallen to fifth. Davion Nixon's a fourth.
I like.
That's
it.
what I'm kind of saying.
I
just
like
in terms of-
Tufele in the. I could see Tufele going second round.
Tufele was
I
a
think
first
Tufele-
rounder.
Tufele-
Tufele was a Patriots
Tufele is decent.
early
I'm
mock
not saying
draft.
he's, he's not insane, but I think he's decent.
All right, let's keep moving with the mock. Serge, you're again on the clock with the Jets. Let's ruin another player, shall we?
That's, wow. Why you
I mean, is he
bullying?
wrong?
Yeah, am I wrong? No. I see I don't see an obvious pick. Ugh, I don't like the board right now if I'm the Jets.
I see one player that but I don't see one player that's a clear standout.
Yeah.
I would say, hold on. Who are the edges available? Go check the edges.
Jason Owa, Rousseau, Xavier Collins, Jamin Davis. Take Jamin Davis. Take Jamin Davis. Take Jamin Davis. Take Jamin Davis.
I'm gonna go with. This has been my consistent pick at 23, and I gotta keep it there. I think that whenever you're drafting a rookie quarterback, you have to build from the inside out. Start with the offensive lineman, like with Joe Burrow. I think Wyatt Davis is the pick here. He was so consistent. He was very. I mean, he's just one of the more consistent, the safe pick. But he's gonna protect Zach
Let's
Wilson.
continue to scroll down.
Very
to find
good.
him.
I don't know.
Where
why he's
is he?
so down
Oh
low.
my God.
What?
There
There he is,
There he
61.
is.
Very
That
good.
is
How is he 61? That makes no
injuries.
sense.
Injuries. No, I see it.
I don't know. He'll be fine. I think he was a very consistent zone blocker. Was also very good in pass protection. Why Justin Fields had such a clean pocket during the Sugar Bowl against Clemson. I just think he's a very well-rounded pass blocker. I also considered Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. I liked him as well.
Mhm.
But I just think interior offensive line is a big need. We have good tackles. We have Becton and George Fant, but I think we still need the interior sorted out. I know we have Cameron Clark, but there's still a bit more to be done there. And I think the pick would be the pick of Wyatt Davis would be good there, especially with Tevin Coleman, who executed that zone blocking scheme in San Francisco coming.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman's not going to be that good. Let's be honest.
He's not that bad. Hey.
The Jets settle for the minimum. All right. Packers. Who has this pick? Me. Yeah, I do.
Yes, you do.
We'll just say I do because we kind of lost count now. But
No. You just said. Oh, Yeah, I guess.
I love this pick. I think this guy is severely underrated. Rondale Moore out of Purdue. And I know a lot of people are saying no, receiver's not the problem. And I've continuously been angering people. Rondale Moore is a game breaker and a defensive slasher. This guy can gash your defense downfield. Ran a 4.28. He is just like a stocky brick who's fast. Rondale Moore is very good. I think he can complement Devontae Adams perfectly, which is why I don't go Elijah Moore as much because he's more of a intermediate-ish route guy. Rondale Moore is a pure. He can run the ball. You can throw him screens. You can throw him bubble screens. This guy is very, very, very good. I love that pick. But thoughts there, Joe? What are your thoughts there? Like, do they need another receiver?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that they definitely need someone to pair with Devontae Adams in Green Bay. He can't, just to make their offense even scarier than it already is. Yeah, I think that could really put them over the top and put them in prime position to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And just to address a comment here. Okay, good luck trying to block. Jalen Twyman, this comparison to Aaron Donald needs to pump the brakes a little bit.
No, I'm very,
I have
very
said this.
peaceful.
I have said this. I've said this, but you need to pump the brakes. Aaron Donald is a superhuman who is not regular. Jalen Twyman is not that good. Jalen Twyman didn't put up amazing numbers and isn't that. If Jalen Twyman was like a top 5 pick, then yeah, maybe this guy's like a 3rd round pick. So let's pump the brakes a little bit on Jalen Twyman. I think it is much more of a coincidence that he's a small, powerful defensive tackle that went to the same college that the best defensive player arguably ever. So let's
best ever. That's best ever. I mean, remember, LT is a player.
No, he's not.
Oh.
All right.
I actually only think players that have played after the year 2010 are players.
Yeah.
Everyone else is players.
Yeah. All right. Buffalo's on the clock. Dylan, you have this pick. I see an obvious pick.
I have it.
Joe has it. I see an obvious pick. I know if Mikey were here, he would see an obvious pick, but
I see an obvious pick that won't be taken.
I'm gonna. I mean, Buffalo, they have a couple holes, but like if you watch them, it's clear that Zach Moss, and Perry are not the answer at running back. They need to work.
So they go Kenneth Gainwell.
Obviously. Of course.
I haven't taken Najee Harris, running back from Alabama.
All right, I would have liked Etienne, but I still think Najee Harris. Where is he? Why is Najee Harris at 65? What the? And Etienne is
probably isn't updated.
It's PFF and they're idiots.
Williams ahead of both of them.
Javonte Williams I have as my RB1. Javonte Williams is the best running back in this class.
Slandering PFF.
Yes, Javonte Williams doesn't have any holes.
I am just playing
Etienne,
and I don't know why.
Yeah, Dylan, you do that all the time. Did you see at the beginning your camera was like this? All right,
disrespect.
Me and Dylan, I'm joking. Dylan, we love Dylan. I'm joking. All right,
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, Joe.
What pick do I have, by the way?
Joe, I like the pick. I respect you.
What pick do I have?
Next pick is my pick. I have the Ravens.
So
no, I don't. Who traded down with the Ravens? It was me, right?
No one traded down.
No one
traded down. For Kansas City.
Oh, right. You're right.
So who just went? Joe? Then
so it's me, and then I think it's Dylan.
Yeah, then we'll round it up, right? We'll go second round tomorrow.
Okay, so then I have the Jaguars. Then starting tomorrow.
All right, Ravens. This is tough. It genuinely would be a receiver, but none of them are on the board. So I think it's Trayvon Mohrig out of TCU. This guy's incredible ball skills. Really, really, really good at finding the ball. Really, I like Trayvon Mohrig. I think someone who shot up boards because really we're looking at safety. Like the safety position wouldn't go until the 2nd round. But I think this guy's arguably a top 20 pick. Really, really good safety out of TCU. I like him a lot. And it's not Northwestern. They have the same colors, but it's not. It's TCU.
Why is it every year that the Ravens always win the draft and get the biggest steals? Like last year it was Patrick Queen. I think they got Lamar at 32. They've had a couple of other late 1st round steals, and they get not one but 2 steals. Tevin Jenkins at 27, and then Trayvon Mohrig at 31. Both excellent players who are easily, in my opinion, top 20, top 25 value in my opinion. And I think obviously it fills a need considering they really haven't filled the void left by Earl Thomas. And I think Moehrig is a good tackler, but also a very good ball hockey safety. I like Javon Holland maybe a bit more, but I'm not upset at all with this pick.
Dylan.
All right, yeah, I like this pick a lot. Taking a safety for Baltimore makes a lot of sense. Secondary is good, but losing Earl Thomas there, I didn't really like Earl Thomas as a Raven, but now having him off your books gives you a hole you need to fill, and that's a player that can do it. So that's a good
And
pick.
shout out Dylan probably most likely saw J.K. Dobbins when he was in Baltimore. So
I think I did, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to just go up to a random guy that wasn't J.K. Dobbins.
All right, Joe, do you like the Trayvon Moehrig pick?
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I think that they were definitely lacking safety after Earl Thomas's departure. And I think it's a good pick. I think that they could have also maybe went receiver, but I think that if Moehrig's still there, then that's a good pick.
All right.
So
let's move on. This is just Dylan, before you say it, I think it's a very, very big. I think looking at the board right now, I could 150% seeing the Broncos trade out of the first round, or the Bucs trade out of the first round.
I was trying to do that with Serge.
Wait, hold on. What other pick? I have the Jaguars. Then I have I have the Eagles. Ooh, that's I mean, Eagles. And does anyone? I mean, I would consider whoever has the Bengals. I would consider making a trade.
I'm actually not going to make a trade because I've got the player that I want. The Buccaneers have been very good in every area of football except for the run stop. So I'm actually going to address that. And I am hopeless in pronouncing his name. So here you go, Google.
Levi
Onwuzurike. Levi Onwuzurike.
Hold on. No, let me get it.
Levi Onwuzurike.
That's not at all. That's in a different language.
Oh, that's Italian. Let me get it here.
Levi Onwuzurike.
No.
Okay. Levi Onwuzurike.
Let's see how much of a reach this is. According to
Let's keep
PFF.
going down.
Hey,
it's PFF.
There he is, 78. All right.
I like this pick because he's my second best defensive tackle on the board, and that's the one area of play that they actually really, really need to get better at in order to retain their Super Bowl. And
do they even?
I think they do. Yes.
Yeah, a bit.
All right. That was officially an hour. That wasn't that bad. Timing wise, that really wasn't actually too long. Let me quickly.
The first part was long, but now it got better.
But if you guys did enjoy, we definitely, not as many people in here, but definitely do make sure to like, subscribe, all that. Big more videos coming out. Thank you, first of all, Joe, for coming on. We'll have him on tomorrow, hopefully, for the second round of this mock draft. Yes, that is the right word. That's right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Make sure you guys come tune in again. Serge, last words. This was your idea. What do you have to say?
I thought it was very fun. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed pissing off Dylan with the Owusu Koramoah pick when it was because if we had recorded this, then we'd probably cut that out or just be like, Dylan, don't say anything. You're making us look dumb. But then since it was live, it's like it can be clipped like angry Dolphins fan gets mad that they take Owusu Koramoah instead of Parsons. It's a mock, Dylan.
I actually threw something at my computer. It was a very light cardboard box, so
jeez, Dylan.
Joe, what do you have to say?
Mock.
Say about what?
just about the mock.
Did he have fun?
It went well. It was a lot of fun, and
we're gonna
second round.
We're gonna come on tomorrow, everyone. A ton more draft content. Draft is 5 days away. Absurd. Make sure you guys, we're going to be live streaming the draft. Joe will be on for the live stream of that draft. So make sure you guys.
At least for the Giants pick. At least for the Giants pick.
At the very least. I was down for the whole first round. At the very least, I'll be on for the Giants pick.
Yeah. So we have a ton of stuff set up for this upcoming week. So make sure you guys do subscribe so you stay tuned for all that. We'll see you in our next live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching.